Ready for a little inspiration? Next Thursday, the Coast Mental Health Association will bestow its annual Courage to Come Back Awards to 6 people who've overcome seemingly insurmountable challenges and then reached out to help others. They are remarkable stories, and Deb starts it off with insight tonight. Deb.
Yes, thanks, Chris. And I've been interviewing these people for quite a few years now, and I marvel every year at their strength and their courage. Just amazing. And tonight I'd like to introduce you to Jerome Bouvier. Those who call him the youth whisperer. He speaks, and kids who are on the outer edges of society actually listen to him. He says he's been lucky to see life from 2 perspectives. In his younger years, he stood tall, he was invincible, and he got into a lot of trouble. Then, at 27, he was forced to see life from a totally different perspective.
In this picture, the amazing sense of loss and just where do I go, where do I belong, where do I fit? And it was sketched by 2 downtown Eastside kids.
Jerome Bouvier loves his job, but the truth is, it's much more than a job. It's his passion. He works with teenagers at risk.
Obviously, the key is to let them know they're valued.
He knows exactly how they feel, what they think, because he's been there. And he doesn't tell them what to do. He asks them what they need.
Kids just want you to be real and straight up. They don't want you to put all the fluff there. And I've been fortunate to be able to, have a straight up and honest conversation. And what they take away from it is completely up to them.
He knows what he knows because he was one of those teenagers at risk. He hung out at the racetrack working with the horses. Those were long days and late nights. He binged for days at a time, often waking up in strange places. He lived fast and high. By the time he was 19, cocaine was his best friend. It wasn't good, and it was about to get worse.
Again, the lifestyle was you just did what you wanted to do. And so the craziness, or crossing the stupid line, as I like to say, is how will you know when you cross it? A good wake-up call would be crossing into a beach would be a good wake-up call.
Yes, Jerome was water skiing in California when the boat that was going 50 miles an hour swerved left, and Jerome went right.
And my ski caught and shot me out of my ski. And I bounced and somersaulted across the water and crashed into the rocks. And the impact of hitting the rocks, I crushed my back.
He was in a coma for more than a month. When he finally woke up, the doctor told him he'd never walk again. He spent 5 months in hospital, and he was just 23 years old. It's hard to believe, but Jerome went back to drugs until one night when his friend called him for help, and Jerome found his friend's 14-year-old daughter dying in the bedroom.
I eventually found him in the kitchen, and he was babbling and kind of wrecked, and there was heroin all over the place. And he was going on about his daughter and partying and stuff, but there was no one in the house. So I wheeled through the house trying to find someone, and I went by a bedroom and looked in, and I saw a set of feet underneath a bed. Her eyes were open, and there was a syringe stuck in her arm still.
That was it for Jerome. No more drugs. He went back to school. He got his master's degree in leadership. He still loves horses. He was the first disabled rider in North America to race. But that wasn't all. He scuba dives. He's raced marathons with his hand cycle. He plays tennis. And 5 years ago, he married Janice. Talk about a life lived well.
Now, when you look back, you think that my journey has taught me a great truth, and that was the fact that everything that I've been searching for has been here the whole time. And it just took a lot of things in my life to realize that I had it here. And that's the message to the kids is, it's here. As tough as it is out there, it's here if you trust in it.
And the good news is the kids Jerome helps trust him. Told ya. Jerome has spoken to 150,000 teenagers over his years as a youth counselor. He is one cool dude. Now, tomorrow we will profile a very bright young man. His name